Hey there, Zack Linder with the Zack Pack. We're out here in Vincent, Ohio at a medical office, a commercial building actually that Brent and I picked up recently. This was built in 1986 but was renovated in 2002. I think they did a great job. It's got a much more like rustic barn type of feel to it. This is just over 4,600 square feet and it is sitting on 1.5 acres. So let's not waste too much time. Let's head on inside and check this out. Now do watch your steps coming up here. As you walk inside, you'll be greeted by a beautiful reception area. They can hold a fair number of guests in this lobby here. And you would have, of course, your receptionist sitting right there greeting the guests. And right off to the side, there's actually a patient bathroom, which I think is a nice feature, so they don't have to ask to go in the back or anything silly like that. Now it was, like I said, recently remodeled, and I think a nice stone. And then, of course, hardwood throughout the rest of the building. All right, and let's head in to the first office. So this could be used as perhaps like a secondary waiting room space, but I think it's kind of set up for like an office manager. Like you can see there's like a little desk pre-built in there, a nice amount of storage space. But what's kind of cool also, hidden behind these doors, there's kind of like break room features, you know, microwave, extra storage, hand washing sink. So this could be perhaps like a staff break room or something along those lines. And directly next to it, it's going to be our staff bathroom. So this one does have a little bit of a louder fan, but it's a huge bathroom, nice features to it. I do like the standing mirrors, so I'm make sure everything looks good. Shouldn't be a challenge there. Turn that off for you. And behind the reception area, there's actually like a nurse charting room or maybe a records room. Right out here is right behind the reception desk, but you could fit two little offices in here or keep all the records as you mentioned. And directly behind you, it's going to be our first patient room. Now in the floor, you can see where they had holes dug out for the orthodontist chairs. Now this was set up, like I said, for like a dentist or orthodontist office, but it could obviously be modified to meet your various needs. And as this opens up to the general patient area, so we have hand washing sinks all over the place, central stations where you keep supplies, and then in the ground we have three holes for the various chairs where they would do the primary procedures. And directly off to the side over here, we have the only completely closed off office. This would be where the primary provider would likely be. It does have its own private bathroom, which I think is an awesome feature. And right next to it, we have just a small little server room where you just keep all the computer equipment, all that good stuff. And then this is kind of like a smaller patient room. It doesn't have the chair accessibility, but I do think this could be used as like an x-ray room or just extra storage if you don't need it there. Maybe a consultation room, something to that effect. And then right next to it, this is going to be the largest patient area. It does have room for one chair, but what I think this was probably used for was more intense procedures. It does have like an access window that feeds over to the lab area, a little bit more storage, and then of course tons of countertop space. And right next to it, we have what could be used as like a lab room, maybe even like a staff break room if you really wanted to, but this does have like the gas hookups, its own hand washing station, and then of course cabinet space. And like I mentioned, it has these windows on either side, one that opens up to an operating a patient center, and then of course to the sterilization room as well. And let's go check out the sterilization room. So this is the last major room of the building. This is where they would sterilize their tools. So you have like an eye washing station over here, a couple of gas hookups around, and then of course lots of room for storage and things like that. And right out here you just have a little extra storage. This will be like where you keep, you know, your brooms and all the cleaning supplies. and some extra shelving, so maybe you keep like your masks and gloves and all that good stuff here. And then it leads you back out to the primary patient area again. And one thing I like to note is just how open everything is. It feels tall and big in here, so even if you had a couple people in the room, it wouldn't feel overwhelming if you had 3 patients plus a couple of nurses and doctors and all that good stuff. And then finally, as you exit, they do have these corner counters where you can keep maybe like a standing lab computer or maybe some information for when your clients are leaving. And then finally, there's a nice little checkout area that's attached to a reception. As you can see, there's plenty of space for 2 receptionists. And that's really concludes the orthodontist side. Now, this is only actually half of the building. We're gonna go check out the other half here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tape and we'll be back soon. And while we're outside, I just wanted to take a second to show you the various parking spaces that would be available to you. There are over 25 spots, as well as an ADA compliant ramp, as well as guardrails, and of course tons of fantastic landscaping while we're out here. But why don't you follow me to this side of the building? Now, one thing to note, this one is completely partitioned off from the main area. However, it could easily be reconnected together and used as either like a joint space or a separate business that you could rent out to maybe like a daycare or private offices, something to that effect. So as you walk in, there is a slightly smaller reception area, but you could definitely set up a nice little desk here. They kind of have a greeting area to the side, and it opens up to a nice large room. I personally envision this being like the primary area where the daycare would be, but you could easily modify this and refurbish it to have multiple patient stations. There's tons of room here, a nice raised platform at the front, but I could see another 3 or 4 patient stations being installed in this room if that's the route you decide to go. But if you follow me over to the side here, this building actually has some pretty sizable side offices. So this could be used as perhaps a private office for your administrative team, or you could maybe divide it down the middle and make this into 2 separate patient rooms. Or if you went like the daycare route, this could be for perhaps like the infants or the younger children, something along those lines. And right down the hall from it is an additional room. This one is slightly smaller, but still very sizable. Once again, this could be a private office or partitioned to be 1 or 2 patient areas. And one of the features I really like about this side of the building, it does have a much larger bathroom. Now, they do only have 1 stall currently in it, but you could easily add a second, perhaps even a third if you really squeezed them in here and make this into a much larger bathroom area. And if you'll follow me right across the main entranceway, watch you step on this raised platform. You can kind of see how much room there really is in here. And this opens up to what I think they were using as like a kitchen or maybe like a break room before, but it's a pretty sizable room. It's kind of being used for storage right now, but this could definitely be a nice break room for your staff if you wanted to connect the 2 buildings. There's already kind of a little kitchenette set up here. It could be divided into more patient rooms or a separate play area if you went more of the daycare route. And then finally, we have an additional bathroom. Now this one does come equipped with a shower in case there's any accidents or something gets a little messy outside, anything like that. Nice remodel on the bathroom here. All right. And that concludes our tour of the Vincent Medical Building. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Once again, I'm Zack Linder with Zack Pack from Town & Country Realtors. You can reach me at 614-440-5800. Thank you so much for the tour. Have a great day.